Welcome back. This is part 2. Now you want to get started. I've already vaguely started on this to give me a bit of support for demonstrating this, but when you start, think about how does that image look? You know, where is that 1 point perspective set? Is it up in the middle? Is it up at the top towards the right hand side? I mean, you can dictate where that goes, you can choose where that goes, but if you think, oh, this is going to stump me a little bit, just use this as a guide to help yourself with. There's no point trying to over challenge yourself because this in itself is going to be quite complicated as it is. Now I've started and I've had to turn this upside down, so please don't try and do it my way. Well, you might want to, it might not make much difference, but I'm choosing to actually make sure that I follow this upside down because it's just easier to work this way on the desk and with the camera and with the light and everything. Now, what you need to do is choose where your point is going to be, and I'm choosing for it to be here. So I'm making that quite dark, so hopefully you can see that. Then you've got to need to make sure that you've got a ruler, which mine has miraculously just disappeared. Yep, it is there. Slid underneath. Don't know where my nice ruler is, a bit of like blue tack on it and edged with like felt and all sorts of things. Not quite a straight edge. So what I'm trying to do is look for key lines already, and I do want these folds, but I might not be able to put them in straight away, so I'm actually going to start putting some in. It doesn't matter if it's not bang on the same, that's fine, but I'm just going to start getting them put in all the way around. And I've got to remember lines are going to curve and go in on themselves, so maybe I don't want to actually make sure those lines come all the way out and down really strong. Maybe do them lightly first just to get yourself started, but you can extend lines and play with them afterwards. So that's what I'm going to try and do, because I've never done this before. This is a first time for everything, isn't there? This is all new to me. Woohoo! Okay, and it's nice when things are new because it gives us a bit of a challenge, and we all need a bit of a challenge once in a while. Okay, so I'm just slowly getting to grips with this, right, and I'm going to actually stop there, so hopefully you can see the lines that I made. So it looks a bit nothing like that so far, and it's not going to be exactly the same at all in any way. So right, so I'm going to start myself off because I'm going to get confused with all the lines. So I'm wanting to put in this curve and everything here. So I've got a bit of freehand drawing to do. So I've got a line from there to there. It's not the same angle by any means, but I am going to use it. Okay, and put that in. I'm going to make mine slightly darker so that you can see, and it curls in on itself. So I'm going to sort of build it in, and now my cat comes in and starts wanting to whine. Now this line sort of goes in towards the point because you've got to imagine that the paper is curved round from the center, so it's not like this, it's literally coned, so it's like weaving around. Okay, so it's got a center point. All right, so it is doing something like that. Yeah, so it's not true to life, this picture, as this, you can see it comes with points, and now my cat is meowing and meowing and meowing. So we're going to see how long I can get through this video with him meowing. Okay, all fun, isn't it? Okay, so I'm going to then, because I want to get that curve in, I'm going to add this line in. I don't want it to go right through. The paper is not transparent in this case. I want it to curl a little bit round, and then I'm going to do a little bit more. So it kind of looks nothing like what's going on there, right? So that's part of it. It's a bit rudimentary, but hey ho, right? And so I'm going to swizz this line round to the next point, right? Now my cat's jumped in front of me. I'm now waiting for him to get on the desk, or the table rather. So it's like a side S, all right? and I'm using part of the line, so I'm just doing this, so it's like an S tipped on its side, and I'm curling the paper line round. So I'm using lots of curved line. I want to start getting this in. Again, I'm going back to this center point. I'm going to curl it round. Okay. So it's about a mixture of using the ruler and not using the ruler, and just getting used to it. And then I want the edge of the paper there. Okay. So it's starting to come together. So I've got the bottom bit already. Okay. I know this is upside down, you know, but hopefully it'll make sense, even more sense when it's the right way up. So what you're going to do is spend your time. So I can imagine this taking quite a lot of time trying to mimic something like this. So I can see this, and it's got an inside line and then outside line. So I'm going to do the outside line and get that curve in first, and I'm going to take it to this line. So I'm just like a backward S. So there's a mix of freehand drawing, and it's a mix of using your ruler. So it's good practice drawing curves. I mean, a lot of people find it really stressful trying to draw a circle. So these sort of little things will help you. So really, at this point in time, focusing on how to use line. Okay, and then I'm going to, before I get to drawing this extra line, I'm just going to sort of curl it around here. Imagine doing your own one though, and how interesting that could be. I don't quite like that because I didn't quite copy it very well. Miss Shepherd's copying someone else's idea, my God. But sometimes you do learn quite a lot from, you know, copying another student, copying, you know, another artist's work. You can actually understand that way of working, and it helps you make sense of it, because you might find I'm starting off, you know, you might find I'll start off using this, that and the other, what the other person is doing. Right, now Chester is clawing at paper, and you'll start mimicking it, and then once you get used to it, you go, oh, I actually understand how they've gone about it. I'm going to personalise it and make it more my own. Okay, I think my dog's going to join in now. I'm just waiting. The zoo has gone mad. Right, so I'm just... So you can see that gradually developing in front of your eyes. So it takes a bit of time. And I'll just take the paper away from the kitty cat. Okay, lovely. But it takes a bit of time. It's not something that you're going to get done in an instant. I mean, here I'm noticing I've left quite a big gap between the two. Okay, so I might want to do something about that. I might want to change that. I might want to take back the line. So if you do everything lightly first, that won't be a problem. It might be the fact that I want to make it bigger and longer. I don't know. So I'm going to take my time over that, come what may. All right, I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to carry on in my own time, because this is 8 minutes in, and I'll come back with a bit more of a finished version, and that'll be ready for next week's lesson, I reckon. Okay.